Hello, I am Donnie, and I am the cute one.
And I'm Chelsea, and I'm the cute one.
TGIF, cuties.
TGIF.
What a week, what a week.
I feel like we say it every week, but what a fucking week.
This week, Chelsea, I felt like I was one of those little dessert trays from Alice in Wonderland, and I just had a sign on me that said, try me. Because the bitches sure did try me this week.
Yeah, I told a story last week about how Dr. Bald was bribing me essentially with vodka sodas and Slim Jims. And this week I felt like I was trying to energetically send you vodka sodas and Slim Jims because I was worried I was going to get on your hit list because you were on a tear, but with reason, because people are fucking stupid.
They are. So it was, and a lot of people knew this. If you're in my personal circle, you definitely knew. It was my first anniversary post-separation, and it would have been my 10th anniversary. So like a milestone, either way you look at it. So a double milestone. So I was dreading it approaching, and then was nervous about how I would be emotionally that day. And I was mostly fine, but people tried their best to make sure I wasn't. A lot of it coming from inside the house. It was my parents doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. One was my mom saying, like, are you going to pick up these Christmas dishes that have been in the attic for a few years? I don't even know if I'll have a home in 6 months. So Christmas dishes are the least of my worries, Lar.
Why don't you keep those in the attic for one more year, bitch?
Yeah. In fact, put a bed up there because I might be coming in. So a lot of stuff like that. Other people who like aren't really my friend decided to come out of the woodwork and aggravate me this weekend. But I'm through it. Barely. I didn't even tell you this. Okay, so.
No.
This is all lead up. This is about like what I was doing with my day, how I self-medicated, etc. So I saw Teeth, the musical, based on the movie about the girl whose vag has teeth and eats sticks.
Which you told me that, and they really do have a musical for everything.
They do. And Chelsea, I've never seen the movie, but there's nothing like it. I've never seen anything like this on stage. 76 prop decks, a splash zone in the front 2 rows where you have to wear a poncho because you might get splashed with dick blood.
I love that Teeth the musical, they saw an opening in the market now that we've canceled SeaWorld, and they said, well, we got to put in a splash zone. People are missing it.
And there was a girl next to me, and God forbid, I hope she's not a cutie because she won't be after I talk about her. But the first 2 rows are the splash zone, and you get a free poncho. This girl came in, found she was in the 3rd row, and like panicked on the side. The show was still like 10 minutes away. She was just not sitting down. And she's like, I have a friend that saw this. She was in the 4th row, and she got splashed. I'm going to be in the 3rd row. We're going to get splashed. And I was in the 3rd row. And I didn't really care about getting splashed. I'm sure whatever it is somehow washable.
They're not going full carry. They're not dumping real pig's blood on you.
So she was like, I'm going to speak to management. So she went in the back, came back with a free poncho, and she's like, if you guys ask for ponchos, they'll give them to you. So I didn't need one for the viewing experience, but if they're giving out free ponchos with teeth written on the back with blood splatters, why not get a free one? So then I went back to management. I said, hi, I'm in the 3rd row. People around me are getting it. He was like, yeah, no problem. Gave me the ponchos, put it on, took a picture. Lovely day. She got splashed with one boop of blood. She was next to me, grabbed my hand and said, see, I told you. I'm like, oh, for God's sake.
Well, she should not come over for a family dinner in my house because you basically need a poncho if you're anywhere near the dinner table when my girls are eating.
I'm going to bring this teeth poncho next time I come over. Then her partner came. Her partner was like sitting next to her at first and then said, no. Even before the show started, no, I can't do this. Left, didn't come back for the whole show, waited outside. I was like, what's wrong? They got a poncho. And she said, yeah, but they don't like blood. Well, why'd you see this show?
This is an off-Broadway musical about a vagina with teeth. So
yeah, I'm not really quite sure why we're here, but they were.
When you told me about this experience, I was really hoping that there was going to be a solo from the perspective of a vagina. A puppet, a head popping out, none of that?
No vag puppets. Yeah, none of that. I do apologize.
Well, if the director's listening, I've got some ideas. Slide into my DMs.
There was a photo shoot opportunity. They couldn't make a full vag, I guess. But the logo for the musical is an apple, like Adam and Eve, an apple, and in the core is the teeth with blood coming out of it. But then they have a photo that instead of it just going to like a throat, it's your head.
Cute.
I hope we have a vag puppet for our live show.
We definitely should.
If for nothing else, it's in Queef Girl Queef. It needs a solo.
We can bring out Sigourney Beaver to reprise.
Oh, yeah. She'd love that. Okay, perfect. Well, you heard it here first. So, before the show, I went to lunch and had a burrito with 2 margaritas. 2 margaritas, I'm going to put it in my tush.
Which, can I just say, I know that we as a society have moved on from the secret lives of Mormon wives. You know that one thing about me is I'm going to latch on to something and make it my personality way past the expiration date. I want us to have Whitney on our show so badly because that real life Brie Vanderhump or whoever from Desperate Housewives dancing to I'm going to put it in my tush at seemingly like a bridal shower or a brunch. My God, you can't write it. I love her.
I want to know who held the camera. Was it a grandma?
It was absolutely her husband.
Oh,
Probably
yes.
mouthing the words along like a stage mom.
So 2 margaritas at lunch. Then at the show, I had a double margarita. That brings us to 4 margaritas.
Mental math.
Yeah. Then I went home and I said, you know what? I'm home now. Let me soak in my existence and just binge eat. Now, if you are triggered by binge eating, skip ahead 10 seconds because what I'm about to tell you is fresh out of a health class documentary. I ordered Sonic and I got a double cheeseburger with a large fry and a large, well, you can get a large, but then you can upgrade it again to 44 ounces of a cranberry limeade. So already that's a lot.
That's the cry for help. Whatever you're about to tell me in terms of quantity of food, the cranberry limeade, that's the cry for help.
No, I love a cranberry limeade from Sonic, Chelsea.
That's why all these years with all your pee problems, you've never gotten a UTI if you're drinking 64 ounces of cranberry limeade. My God.
You don't like a limeade from Sonic? I would pay them to
I think that's
sponsor
just called
our show.
being a customer. I would pay them.
Okay, so 44 ounces cranberry limeade, double cheeseburger, large fry. No, large tater tot, excuse me. So then, I have eaten fast food before, and a double cheeseburger and a fry and a drink from McDonald's or Burger King doesn't fill me. And I say, you know what? I want to be full. So I also got a chili dog, and I also got a side of stuffed jalapeno cheddar bites. So that's my dinner already. That's a lot. But then I got a large cherry cheesecake milkshake. Top tier. Loved it. So I was full to the brim, not a drop of water all day, okay? So then I went to sleep. Then I woke up. You know I pee a lot anyway, and that's even without 44 ounces of cranberry limeade in my system.
Sure.
I normally wake up like 2 or 3 times to go to the bathroom. This night I woke up 5. And all 5 times that I woke up, I had a ringing in my left ear. High pitch, like a dog whistle.
Doesn't that mean someone's talking about you?
Normally, like, yeah, left for love, right for spite. And it was my left for love. So that's sweet.
Oh, nice.
And like if it happens for 30 seconds, oh, someone's talking about me. But it happened 3 consecutive pee breaks. So that's like 4 hours. So after the third one, I was like, is someone outside with a dog whistle? Is construction happening outside? What's happening? So I went in 4 o'clock in the morning, knocked on Quinn's door. He answered. He said, oh, you scared me. I thought someone was knocking on the front door. I said, no, it's just me. Do you hear a whistle? He said, no. And I said, oh, well, I have for the past 4 hours. So he looked it up and it said, go to the doctor immediately. I'm not doing that at 4 o'clock in the mornings.
We're not doing that at 4 p.m. in the afternoon.
No. So I told myself, like I do, I said, if I wake up and it's gone, I will not go to the doctor.
And if you don't wake up, it's no longer your problem.
Exactly. It's fate. So I did wake up and it did stop. So I'm not going, but it is saying it could be like a sign of high blood pressure, which I already have. So it's not a sign. I know it. You don't need to send me signs.
And we don't think that the double cheeseburger, chili dog, limeade combination, perhaps that could be contributing to the high blood pressure to the point of the ear ringing.
No, absolutely. And that is why when Quinn read it and said go directly to the hospital, I took a sip of water instead. And that's why I think I woke up with no ringing.
Well, I don't mean to brag. Number one, I'm very proud of you for
Thank
drinking
you.
water. I don't mean to brag, but guess what's in my cup today? Not a vodka
What?
soda, not Red Bull, not Celsius, just pure,
Cranberry limeade.
just cranberry limeade. I paid for the sponsorship. Nope, just pure H2O, like Johnny Buffet would have wanted me to, because you were on your deathbed on death's door. I had a migraine. So I decided today, I'm not going to shoot for the moon. I'm not going to go for those full 8 glasses of water, but perhaps a couple sips.
That's smart of you. When you told me you had a migraine and you couldn't look at your phone, I tried to be respectful. So I sent you a voice note instead. And I was talking like this, ASMR, very soothing, very kind words. But it was in the middle of Times Square. So as I was doing that, you did hear like, bah!
Well, you don't even have to describe it, Donnie, because it made me laugh so hard that I screen recorded it. And I do have it saved. So in post, I will add the audio right here, future me. Do your editing.
Hope your migraine is feeling better. This is me sending a voice message in case you can't look at your phone. And that's why I'm speaking in soothing tones as well. I'm such a good friend. Ignore the noises of New York in the background. There might be people getting murdered, but at least I'm soothing. Did that help your migraine?
But the moral of the story is you can't call us thirsty bitches anymore because we're drinking a couple sips of water a day.
That's right.
My best friend was in town for like 12 hours. She trained in to see Casey Musgraves, which I was very jealous about. Nickel Creek and Lord Huron opened. I didn't get tickets. I rue the day. But I think that as you get older, when you have a long distance best friend, it just becomes normal to like be ships passing in the night and see each other for 90 minutes at a time to give a side hug, talk shit about your moms and say, toodaloodles. See you next time. So I drove up so that I could take her and her boyfriend to the train station, see her, all the things. But something's wrong with my GPS on my phone. And it could be that I dropped my phone months ago and the screen is cracked. And I'm not going to go to the Apple store or to AT&T. I will just shock myself until the phone turns off.
Yeah, that'll do it.
My GPS doesn't work, so she sent her location, and I was following the pin, and so I parked, and then I was walking to her location, and it just took me to a dumpster in the middle of Baltimore, down a side street. I sent her a picture, and I said, I'm here. She said, I am not a dumpster. So then I had to turn around, walk the complete opposite direction, and just find my way to the very large Hilton building in the Inner Harbor.
Wow. You gotta get your phone fixed.
Yeah, so that was the start of my trip to Baltimore. Then on my way out, after I had dropped them off at the train station, I was driving home, and we need to talk about non-consensual window washing of the people that are trying to make a living, trying to make a buck, but they pour the window washing thing on your window, they scrape it, and then they look at you. And then I'm like, well, fuck, you just washed my car, and I don't have money. In real life or even in make-believe Monopoly credit card money, I'm broke. But on my way out of Baltimore, my window got washed, and I looked around frantically. All I had was an unopened Red Bull, and I presented it to him like, this is the best I can do. And he just walked away in a huff. But he should have been honored because that is like the highest level. For me to offer my morning Red Bull, my 9 a.m. Red Bull, no thank you.
And that's a $4 value.
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah,
that was my trip to Baltimore.
It was a good trip. Sounds like dumpsters and Red Bull. I don't like when people just give you services that you didn't ask for. That's bathroom attendants. That's opening a door for me to get into the Duane Reade.
Forget about driving through New Jersey when people have to pump your gas.
No, that's like Sonic just handing out strawberry limeades to anyone that wants it. Maybe someone wants water. It's not me. But
what we're saying is, Sonic, how dare you try to kill Donnie? He didn't ask for that.
So cuties, thanks for listening. But if you want to watch, we are on YouTube. As you know, the link is in the show notes. Go over there, watch some stuff. All episodes of TGIF are there in full. So go enjoy. Videos.
So this week brought us the resurgence of Kate Middleton conspiracy theories, a Megan Fox pregnancy, casting news for the HBO Harry Potter series, Kyle Richards talking about her sexuality, a Christmas album by the Jonas Brothers' father, and Simon and Garfunkel reconciling again.
Love to hear it.
Do you want to go first or second?
Let me go first. So, Wicked is still at the top of my tongue, Chelsea. It will be probably until 2025. And that's when the second movie comes out, so it'll be perfect.
Perfect timing.
Rearing up. Did you hear about the Barbies?
No, delight me.
I'd love to tell you. So on the back of the box, for all of the Wicked Barbies, that includes Elphaba, that includes Glinda, that includes the sister in the wheelchair, the teacher, everybody, every Wicked Barbie they have, on the back of the box, they have a link so you can go check out the movie. www.wicked.com. Except the movie website is www.wickedthemovie.com. If you go to www.wicked.com, It's a porn site. One of the most famous porn sites in all the land. So right now, Mattel is recalling those Barbie boxes.
Those are going to be worth so much money.
I know. I can't wait to get one. I mean, I probably should have already. Unless, if you work at Target, you guys, and you have access to back stock, let me know. I'd love to buy one illegally from the back room. But how brilliant.
How brilliant indeed. And so it's not even like they can buy the website really quick because it's like a famous porn site. It would be like somebody being like, we accidentally put Pornhub.com on the back of our Beanie Babies.
Now, this is just a website. No one really checks the back of a box really small anyway, especially a child. You can open it up and they'll tear right into it. But I do love when things need to be recalled. My favorite was when the Miley Cyrus Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree Barbie.
Sure.
She said, later we'll have some pumpkin pie in that song. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie. Familiar. But it sounded like she said fucking pie.
She's just being Miley.
Yeah, I'm mad to this day that I never got
Wasn't there a recall with Tickle Me Elmo at one point?
Oh, yeah, but I forget why. Did it moan a lot?
Maybe. I mean, honestly, whoever came up with the idea for Tickle Me Elmo needs to be examined by a professional.
A lot of things that happened back then do and did not age well, including tickling that little monster wherever he pleases. Jesus.
Well, you have officially brainwashed me with Wicked because there were several interviews that are now coming up. The fact that they're even on my For You page is indication enough of what my NSA agent has been hearing us talk about. But I stop and watch them. I've been watching all of the Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo. My God, the fact that I know both of those people's name. I knew Ari, but I'm on a first and last name basis. But I've been watching all of their interviews, and I love that they are like two evil besties. They remind me of the Team Rocket duo from Pokemon. Like, I love them. I kind of want to be them.
Me too. I sent you the one about their matching tattoos because they just got like about 7 Wicked tattoos on their body each. And I was like, oh, this is you. But they got each other's character initial tattooed on their wrist.
That's so cute.
But it gets even better, Chelsea. E on Ariana Grande for Elphaba. G on Cynthia Erivo for Glinda. But Erivo,
it's also their last names.
Grande, so cute.
Well, I don't want to pressure you because that is very me-coded to be like, oh, here's a fun, awesome experience. Let me get 16 tattoos to commemorate it. And I know that you famously, until recently, quoted the great Kim Kardashian of, you don't put a bumper sticker on a Bentley, but you are in your divorce era, your chaotic, perhaps making weird choices era, and you do want to get your Pisces tattoo. So I think when you get your Pisces tattoo, I will get a tattoo. And you know, my body is not a temple. It is the bathroom at a gas station. And I don't give a fuck. Once you have a big 3-legged Dickosaurus on your thigh, the sky's the limit. I don't give a shit of what tattoos I get. So I think you get your cute little Pisces tattoo eventually. And then when you get that, I will let the cuties vote on what tattoo I get.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, yeah, I like that a lot.
So cuties, start brainstorming in the YouTube comments. Start brainstorming what tattoo ideas. Cutie related, obviously. I don't want like a random thing. I want it to be a nod to the podcast.
Like a McDonald's bag, or maybe the smiley emoji with the tongue out, but instead of the smile emoji, it's me like this.
It's going to be like when Steve-O from Jackass got a giant Steve-O tattoo. It's just going to be Donnie on my back. Maybe a plunger, but a plunger laying on a fainting couch, like sexily, like waiting for you.
I like that.
Sky's the limit. So
That's
get
chic.
to brainstorming, cuties. Now, I want to talk about, and this article comes from the beacon of journalistic integrity, the Daily Mail. I want to talk about the YouTuber who bought a house off of Amazon. Have you heard about this?
No. I knew you could buy houses on Amazon. I look sometimes.
No, but this isn't like Zillow for Amazon. This is a house arrived in Amazon boxes.
Yeah, you can do that, I know.
It's a prefab house, so it's put together and you just expand it. It's like one of those mattresses that you cut the wrap and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Which this explains a lot. Did you know that my house is a pre-made house?
No.
Yeah, it was made in like the 50s or 60s during a time period where they would just take parts of the house and they would bring it on a trailer and they would just plop it pre-made and put it together like a little Lego set. So I think that explains a lot about
why
what
the
I'm
doors
currently
don't shut.
dealing with. Yeah, exactly. Why I had to build a door from scratch earlier this year, you may recall. So the YouTuber named Nathan Graham, who's 26, is the leader of the popular YouTube channel called Unspeakable. So he purchased the 19 by 20 foot Cherry Industrial prefabricated tiny home on Amazon, which sells for just over $17,000, not including shipping and handling.
Which God only knows what that should be. When I ordered, now you may recall the ringing in my ear was Sunday. So Monday I should have ate a salad, but instead ordered 2 for 1 at McDonald's. And it came to $26, but after fees was $48. Shipping and handling is truly insane.
Well, thank God we have those tariffs.
And that's on $26. Imagine off $17,000.
Well, his total came to $38,999.
No, see, that's disgusting.
And not only that, he was left shocked after putting his home together when he realized that his property did not come with electrical outlets. He went to plug in his fridge and oopsie kitty, there's no plugs.
Well, even if there were, it would still have to be connected to something.
Right.
Idiot.
I like that this YouTuber got the full house buying experience of realizing that you bought something that is absolutely a lemon and isn't what you expected, because that's just part of the process, baby doll. That's part of being a homeowner, is waking up in the middle of the night and thinking, why did I do this?
Amazon has a pretty good return policy. Like, you can just say, and not just say it has to happen, but you can just say things were stolen or not delivered, whatever, and they just send out a new one, not really check. Do they do that for houses too?
I feel like this would be a pretty easy one that they could do a drive-by and see if it arrived or not.
Well, no, but like, will they do a return? Do you have to take this to your local UPS?
Maybe. And then it's kind of like anything that you unwrap. It's easy to get it out of the box, but trying to fold it up, I can't even fold up a fitted sheet, let alone a home.
If you take it to Kohl's, you do not need to put it in the original packaging.
Imagine you just show up with like a truck bed with a house and you're like, here you go, Kohl's. Can I get some Kohl's cash for this? So once again, I'm telling the people, home ownership is just an MLM scheme sold to us from boomers. Oh, also, Nathan Graham, he is very me-coded because he quickly realized that he had not read the entire online description of the home. So it was clearly stated when he tried to return it that he didn't even have to read the fine print. It was just right there in the description.
You know I don't victim blame, Chelsea, famously. But this guy, I don't trust YouTubers.
But we got a comment recently calling us dumb YouTubers.
I know. And they shouldn't have trusted us either. Because one thing about us, don't come to us for the truth. Now, wait a second. I was going to go somewhere else with the story, but now I want to go here. So sure. I was talking to my aunt and my sister about like trying to find a time where we can do a Christmas dinner, but not on Christmas week because our schedules don't align then. So we're looking at January, etc., etc. And they gave me a date, and I said I can neither confirm nor deny that date because here's all the reasons why it may or may not work. And my aunt said, normally people say confirm or deny when it's like shady business, like you can neither confirm or deny that to be true, whatever. And I said, one thing about me, people don't come to me for things being said correctly. And my sister was like, I know that's the truth, ha ha ha. So then they were like, oh my God, you are pop. Because my grandfather famously used to say whatever the fuck he wanted. Up mics and down jakes where you get the hot cakes, all these kind of things. So then they were like, you are pop. Someone had to continue his legacy. It's you, blah, blah, blah. And I always knew this because my grandfather grunted all the time. I grunt all the time. Like that, like just randomly.
Any story you've told about your grandfather is just you in a time machine.
Yeah, famously his best feature were his eyes, mine too. And eyes never get older. Mine are going to look like this till death, so. Then I found out he had a quote. And a lot of the times you don't know if he made it up, if he learned it from a movie, whatever. My aunt was listing all these quotes he had. We were making fun of him. And then she said, and I'm going to steal this one. This is one I will continue. So cuties, you've heard it here first. When you hear it once every other week, now you know where I got it from.
Oh, no.
Shit in your hat, put it on your head, and call them curls.
Is that like, don't piss on my head and call it rain? But it's the opposite. It's telling you specifically, put shit in your hat, put it on your head, and call them curls.
Yeah, I don't know what it means. And that's the magic about popisms is half of them you don't know what they mean.
It's kind of like Captain Lee on Below Deck, where he's like, don't drag your balls through shards of glass and say that it's time to put on a new pair of panties. It's like, what, Captain Lee? Are you okay? Do we need to find some land ho for you? Because
Truly. For his funeral, we had shirts made, and the back were all of his sayings, and it literally goes from shoulder blade to asshole, which is a new saying I just made up.
From shoulder blade to asshole is going to be the size of the Donnie tattoo I get on my back.
I think whether it's a TGIF or a Patreon episode, I'm going to bring it and read all of them one day.
Please.
Great.
I think that if Pop and Pepe had ever met, the world would have combusted.
What if they had a podcast together?
I think actually, you know what? We're seeing it right now. It's just the prequel. We're just in the before times. Because one thing about Pepe that we made fun of when he was alive, because we were like, okay, here we go. But like he put together all of these like listicles. He was his very own one-man BuzzFeed because he would send out unprompted Pepe's top 50 songs of his lifetime. And so he has Pepe's list of all of his rules with things like put it on a credit card. It's free. So you can read a Pop-ism and I'll read a Pepe-ism and we'll do it for like Grandparents' Day or something.
Oh, yeah. Alexa, when is Grandparents' Day? We missed it. September 17th. So this is what we'll do. We'll just make Pop share his birthday because his birthday was in December and I want to do it sooner than later. So we'll celebrate Pop's birthday, but Pepe's invited too.
Well, one thing about Pepe is he does like to make any occasion about himself. So it'll be right on brand. Love that. Do you remember your first tangent before you took us down that road?
I don't trust YouTubers because I'm sure he knew these things or he didn't care to know these things. But as long as it was on a video, he doesn't care. He gets the clicks.
I still think we need to figure out another podcasting duo to have a feud with because that's how people are getting those clicks lately. Podcaster fights?
Truly.
That's where the money is. Hey, Sloan and Zach. Fuck you.
Yeah. Stop asking me about my dick every week.
Anywho, let's move on to Cutie of the Week.
Let's
shall
do
we?
it. Let's
You go first.
My Cutie of the Week. Jesus Christ. My Cutie of the Week is anyone who has ever had to work with Leah Michelle. Because maybe this is even a fake story. Maybe this is not even about Leah Michelle, but my gut tells me it is. This week, we're highlighting Keke Palmer. Out of everyone that ever had to work with Leah Michelle, Keke Palmer is who gets the highlight this week. Because I know I gas this old trash bag up, Leah. But enough is enough. I think I've reached my breaking point until she comes back to Broadway, and then I'll probably see her. But
don't tell me what to See, another brainwashing.
I know, I'm sick. You look just like Ariana Grande right now.
Well, keep that in mind for when I say my Cutie of the Week, because...
Did you just hear a baby? Did you make a noise?
Donnie.
Chelsea.
Between you smelling buffalo sauce the other day, the ringing in your ear, and now you're hallucinating babies, we just need one more, and that's the fourth horseman of the apocalypse. Did you hear it like that one song?
No, it wasn't an Aaliyah baby. It was like, I said... Chelsea, you look like Ariana Grande right now. You didn't make any kind of noise? You didn't try to be Ariana?
No.
No, I heard... I really did.
Okay, so either you're having a stroke right now live on YouTube, or when I go back and edit this episode, I will text you and let you know if we're being haunted by a sexy baby.
Okay. That is crazy. Anyway, so Keke Palmer's new book is coming out. So she's been doing interviews with snippets of like little highlights, basically that she knew would be clickbait. And in it, she said she and Ryan Murphy got into a fight one day on Scream Queen set. Whatever. That fight's not important, but Ryan Murphy's a piece of shit. But then also, she talks about a co-star, a white co-star, who she calls Brenda in the book.
Which is a brutal name. Sorry to any Brendas. I made fun of poor Rachel Butts the other week, and now... if you're Brenda, sorry.
I have a list of names that I like not make up. They are real names. But like when I'm just like, fuck you, Susie. Susie's one of them. Brenda, Tiffany, Jennifer, they all get included. If you ever play Barbies with me, those are the 4 names that I will be playing as. So Brenda was upset after she and another of the co-stars had a fight. So Keke Palmer said, why don't we just have fun and respect each other? And Brenda said, Keke, literally just don't. Who do you think you are? Martin Luther King.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. So based on Leah's past and based on Emma Roberts' past on 1984 American Horror Story with
Sure.
Angelica Ross, it could have been either of those. And now, what I'm about to say, I do know that microaggressions happen in the workplace and Black women are forced to continue their work relationship as if nothing happened, to keep the peace, to be the bigger person, all of these things. So it is possible that microaggressions can happen to a Black woman and she would still be an Instagram friend or still have a working relationship with this person. However, she does follow Emma Roberts online, and Emma Roberts follows her, and they communicate back and forth. She does not follow Leah Michelle. So if I were to guess, I would say this is about that unreading ass speed demon herself, Leah Michelle.
Or maybe Leah Michelle just didn't know how to spell Kiki and hasn't looked her up on Instagram yet.
That's possible. That's very true. It could be anyone.
Well, circling back to your comment that I look like Ariana Grande, my cutie of the week is eyeballs. Let's use them.
You do look like her.
I mean, it's a compliment. It's better than what you usually call me, which is a goblin coming out of a gutter or somebody that was found in a cave or Neve Campbell at the end of Scream. So I certainly will take Ariana Grande. I think it's just the high ponytail that usually I have apart, and now it's up the way that
Okay,
Ari
it could
wears
be. Yeah.
Back to eyeballs and why we should use them. So by the time this airs, the #1 sexiest man alive from People will have been crowned. But in the meantime, right now, I'm left grappling with another member that made the list this year, and that is Benny fucking Blanco.
That was a real guttural reaction you heard from me.
Now, he does have an interesting character trait that the longer you look at him, it's kind of like one of those, what are those types of things where you like squint your eyes and you cross your eyes and then you can see a secret layer? Those like puzzle, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's called a thingamajig. No, it's not.
Objectively not called a thingamajig, a magic puzzle, a magic
No, that's
quest.
the book. That's the book. It's called a anagram. No, it's called yeah, you know, like, is it a horse or is it a mother drinking a tit? Or a baby drinking.
Anywho, one of those things where the longer you look at it, you see something else. So the longer you look at Benny Blanco.
Ink blot test.
Sure, that's not what I was going for, but we'll say that so that your brain doesn't combust. I don't want the ringing to return. But the longer you look at him, there are traits that are handsome, but he could be the winner in like a hot Bob Ross contest. Certainly not sexiest man alive. We used to be a proper country, Donnie.
He looks like a SpongeBob character, but like not SpongeBob himself, obviously.
Somebody that would eat a Krabby Patty.
Yeah. Like I don't know what kind of sea creature that is, but one that just like floats onto a rock and then just blends in for life. Like the mom from What's Eating Gilbert Grape, except onto a rock.
Okay. A very specific reference.
And for him to have scored a bag like Selena.
Well, here's the thing. He does have a Pete Davidson quality about him.
I didn't understand that either.
Clearly he has, as the kids say, the riz. There's charisma. But charisma and sexiness are not the same. Charisma can trick people in real life that you're sexy. Charisma can open some doors for you. Charisma can perhaps make somebody at People say, hey, let's bring this guy on the list. But it's hard to translate charisma when then you are presented in a photo shoot of you holding a teddy bear. And not in a cute, sexy way, but in a like, this concerns me. This is the Chad coded.
Yeah. And that's my problem. Remember when you told me to smile in photos and that could be sexy? Because when I try to be sexy, it looks like I'm constipated. You didn't say that, but I read between the lines.
I just think it's funny that you give your serious, like, yeah.
That.
It's cute when you do that. It's just so not your personality. That's like the quiet, mysterious type.
If I'm sending nudes and showing bush and pulling down my pants a little, I can't be like this. That is not sexy. There's a disconnect.
And I shouldn't be the one to be giving you any advice because, number one, I soft smile in all my pictures because, you know, my journey with my teeth. So I also do the thing where I smile all the time in real life, and in every picture I'm like... But also, I famously have not been sexy a day in my life. I've been cute. I've been pretty. Again, charisma is not the same as sexiness. And I am many things, but sexy is not part of
Well,
my
me neither, but that's the
makeup.
problem. I want to be, and I won't take no for an answer.
That's a can-do attitude.
Thank you.
I love that.
What an episode we had.
What an episode. We covered a lot of ground, and yet nothing at all.
Sounds like every week. And on that note, if you want to watch so much stuff and nothing, there is a YouTube still. So go there. The link's in the show notes. Subscribe, have fun, make friends in the comments, talk about us, call us idiot YouTubers, whatever you need to do. And on Monday, we will be covering Pleasantville. Talk to you later. Love you like a sister. Bye.
Bye.